in Ghent. Say hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi. We've got candy.
Sorry, Marco. Sorry, Nicholas.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Just take that.
So I share my screen with the issue.
No, I'm just trying to see if I should have stepped back on this or something.
The second link is more relevant.
The second link is more relevant. Is there a link for that?
Yeah.
Marco, there's another link in Discord that apparently is slightly better.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of a little bit hard to hear because there's quite a bit of noise.
Yeah, we'll speak up. We'll try.
Okay, so you can take it from here then, because I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay, so this is an MR that we merged last week. By the way, you can add your Discord user ID into your GitLab profile now. Just a little plug for being able to do that, but that's now live and it's in production. But if you scroll down partway to where there was a UX review, Nicholas knows about this one because he reviewed it for me very kindly. A little bit below that one. Keep going.
There is screenshots.
Join us?
Yeah, it's that one. So there is a specific comment from Matej, just a little bit further down. Just after that one, talks about when the error comes up. The validation error goes to the top of the screen. It isn't actually bound to the error isn't actually bound to the input box specifically. And this issue is about making sure that we migrate that form to use the pajamas way of doing things and binding that error to the view box. So right under almost right under that third screenshot, there's a link where it says an example can be seen. No, just above that comment from me. Up. Yeah. So there, that's the sort of link of the.
Okay.
Rather show the error. So how do we turn the error that is currently just using errors.add in Ruby to a error that renders like that?
Okay.
And
that's what we're trying to figure out.
The first question is how to bring that error to the template or to the field to be able to display it specifically on the.
Yeah, because that error is like a global error. How do we make that error specific to that form field and or render it?
Okay, I think we will need to have a look at the code because I don't know.
So it's the
I can share the path.
the views. There's two. That's the profiles view. Yeah, that one. Or no, that's the view that displays it. It's the users view is the one in the that's where the actual form field is.
Okay, let me go to my code.
Yeah, yeah, it's the profiles one. Quite right.
How it works. So we actually produce this test. And
It's XOH.
Okay. So it's going to say if it's another GitLab Discord, let's collapse it. Because we found several GitLab Discords and we've moved them into the one. Trying to unite the community, not separate it.
yes.
Cool. I'm just going to see if I can turn off a light. Yes, we can't really see the screen. Is that okay for everyone?
Yes, fine.
Just we can at least see what's going on up there.
We're tech people, we're all vampires.
No, I'm not sure where it is.
Okay, so you've You've recreated the issue. Okay, so you found the form fields there, Marco.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm trying to look for. Let's try that.
Yeah, just search for Discord.
Yeah.
Here there are nothing specific related to error message. Because what I guess is the error in the controller is just an error that add. That means it's attached to the error object. I know it's called in Ruby. And there are some global components, generic component for all the pages. That's if there are errors inside that object, it displays it globally.
Yes, so that particular error comes out of I think it comes out of the model for user details, if I'm not mistaken.
But there's more.
There are nothing related to error message in that template.
Yeah, so the error message is fired off by the user details model. So if you want to open up app models, user details.
Nope, this one.
You would think it would spit that anything. Yeah.
You've got a blank thing, but you'll see that I needed introduce this change. If you click on
Discord format.
Just want to send a quick. So hi Nick, welcome to Contributor Days again. We are live streaming the weekly community contributors, and we've got a room full of contributors here. Hey everyone.
you can have a look. Exactly which files I had to
Making some awesome.
The description confidential.
Issue parents, yeah.
And Marco,
Yep.
this is Laurent. Aliocan.
I cannot see him, I think.
Yeah, you can see us. Oh no, just at the bottom, we need to drop the camera because we're in this stream, but not there.
Oh, that was so meta.
It's hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah, so
Zoom in his face.
What is like the plan for lunch? Do we go to the cantina or?
One thing about that issue that they show in the registration, the sign up form,
Yeah, because Tosh
they do it as we want to do it on the profile.
Okay.
This is the registration controller.
We're gonna be able to
That
find more
file,
routes
they do not add the error message, the error.
Give one to our park.
They do it in resources.
The lunch voucher.
Wait, I don't know how to, because it's really hard to understand because we can hear everyone talking.
sorry.
You might be best off then running from a single laptop, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so we can.
Use the mic on one.
Yeah, we could. You could join the stream and we can mute the Raymond's laptop to only have the video.
I think we're gonna do that, and then I'll mute the overhead.
7, 8.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, he's Sean will be either at the Inuit booth or somewhere around.
Yeah. Now to figure out the lunch vouchers. What's that? Lunch vouchers. Where did you get them? Michael. You got them 7 for us, but I mean we can also do 2 people and we go expense.
Yeah, I think the idea was that to get more. I chatted to Chris yesterday, and that should be an issue.
we don't have audio or video from Laurent. And now I don't even have audio from the contributor days.
Yes.
Okay. Audio is back. Kind of. It's gone again.
And now we have someone writing on Discord.
Yeah. I'm not getting any audio from. Is it Laurent at Ghent?
We're just going to try Chrome so we can get the audio coming through there, Marco.
Okay. Okay.
We can hear you. Oh.
Who do we need to mute?
Mute myself. You have to mute.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Looks promising.
I have a bit.
Nope.
It looks promising as long as only we talk.
Yeah, exactly. Nope. Let me try to do something. Okay, try to unmute yourself.
Yep.
No, not yet. I wonder what's giving feedback.
Let's try.
Okay.
It looks better.
That should be all right.
Yeah.
I think basically just,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Now we can communicate. It's a good start.
Yeah. So, do you want to share your screen? So that
Yeah, now I can hear you. It was not the case before. What did you say?
do you want to share your screen so that we can have a look in there?
Yes, sure. Entire screen. Let's try. Sometimes it's crash on the
to, but looks okay. Okay, what we figure out that on the template part, this is the profile page on
Okay.
template Discord. There are nothing related to error message. This is just the field with the input. In the sign up, we saw that we have that kind of validation stuff. I don't know what is the percent p,
That's
but there are
going.
some logic
Should
based on
be a
the.
paragraph tag.
Yeah, that's %p. That's just creating a paragraph,
Okay, but
and
how is
with a class
the
validation.
logic?
That's a CSS class.
Yeah.
Validation error.
Yeah, but here that I have some error related to. What I do not get is there are no if statement to display that message.
Yeah, how do you trigger those error messages or
And that part is for the templating, and in the controller for registration, we saw that method, and they use resource. I don't know what is it, but in the profile controller, it's just errors that add. Let's check. It was.
I think that we don't have an hide or show because it's using the classes based on the state of the component to know what paragraph to show.
Okay. Yeah. You mean that the all the error are attached in the HTML template, and the view will manage to display it.
I think so. You could check that on, if you go to the page, you should see on that field all the paragraphs should be there. They're only hidden.
Now it's the other one. That one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, by default it's hidden, and I guess there's some logic, maybe on the view component to display it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hide
so
by
maybe it's
default.
less of pajamas migration and just a case of figuring out how to switch the error messages into the component rather than into the general
Yeah,
page.
it's more like that. That's how to apply the same logic to have the error there.
So if we need to, I mean, I'm happy to reword the issue also
There's-
if we need to.
Yeah.
Once we figure out what the actual problem is, then we can potentially reword the issue to describe it appropriately.
But I miss one part because here we just find all the error message, but we do not have the logic how the error is managed by the view. I guess there are some Vue.js somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So how is the view rendered, or how's the view activated so that it becomes a view component rather than a
Sign up from Vue sounds good.
So there must be somewhere mounting that component.
Yes.
Maybe there's a class, a JS class attached.
Yeah, exactly. You should.
Finds that element and mounts the view component.
Haml is just about as far front end as I've ever really been able to do. Even then, it's
You should also. Oh no! How do you? Are you sure that's a view component? If you view dev tools, can you see it as a view component?
I'm in a private. I do not have it there. Let's open it. I have the plugin.
Is there a plugin that
Yeah, but
helps you talk
That helps understand view.
Yeah, the plugin detect view, but because I'm logged in, he redirect.
Let me
So
check.
sign up. Okay, maybe it's not a. Yes, there is a view. There is view inside, but let's check. Further. Where is my view? Come. No, it's not
So I'm learning.
We have the tooltip route. I don't know where is it, and the popover. Yeah, maybe the form is not a view at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's made
Because
with view.
there's just tooltip and popover. Okay. That means everything is managed in the templates somehow.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's page-specific JavaScripts I saw up there.
Maybe.
Oh, those are just other layout things.
Devices.
So maybe there's render card component new.
Mm-hmm.
So this is on the
But maybe
on
it's
the
not.
welcome page.
Is the welcome? It's not the registration welcome. Where am I? No, it's the registration. Let's do something like that. Yes. This is where the HTML is generated.
If you go further up, so specifically it's got the class, the data, and the pattern with the validation. So that definitely looks like the.
This is the HTML structure generated,
Yeah.
sent to the browser.
So maybe all we need to do is add this pattern thing into the other one.
Yeah, but we miss one part is the how the hidden hide
how the
class
hide
is
and
removed.
unhide works.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of validation thing happening somewhere when you click the button. So we could try to have a look at what that button does.
Yep. Submit.
So that's a button component created by the sign up box Haml.
Sign in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I try join the?
Yeah, you can try joining
How do I?
the thing.
Sorry.
You're on
The
Discord?
Yeah, yeah.
If you hop onto the pairing channel, the restream link is there. You might have to scroll up a couple of messages, or so a little bit up from there. Yeah, that link there.
Oh,
James is joining the stream.
Hey.
oh, there's something inside in if you go to sign up underscore box dot html dot haml.
Let's just click join. Yep. And then
Let me let you in.
Sorry, can I share my screen for them?
Yep.
We lost your audio because
Nice.
Okay, you're back.
So I was trying to work out like how does the validation come from this field?
Yep.
So it looks like we have lost it. Registrations controller using a validator. So this. Sorry, I had it clear before. Sorry. So we had. Sorry. This bit here for. So sign up box. This is the
Yeah.
handle that's rendering,
Yes.
and we have these like
Required.
max
Okay.
message. But then what is interesting is some of the validation. Where do we have it? So, like the validation for the first name, last name should be done in the front end because it includes the max and it also has required.
I think that's done using, if you, for example, have a look at the username form group on the code. Yeah, that you have the JS-validate-length, JS validate username.
Right.
I think those are used to instantiate a validation method or something like that on that object.
Yeah. So that's where this like, here's the validation error that says like the username is already taken, but then like we need something else. Something else must be saying like show the username error. So I think it's
Yes.
this validation. So then we have
Okay.
4, which is really complex.
Try to look for, instead of that, if you go back to the
I've just lost it.
the other one, the
Really
not that one.
How do we go back?
It's on signupbox.html.
Sign up.
Underscore box.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. So if you search for JS-validate-length on the class.
Sorry.
No, up line 36.
Oh yeah.
If you search for that, you have the length validator.js. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's basically when you load the page, all the validators are instantiated.
Okay.
And they find the DOM elements with that class.
Yeah.
And they basically bind the event listener to make sure that you can do the validation. And I'm pretty sure that that's handling all the validation and error message showing and stuff.
Yeah, but that part is the this is the error message managed by front end part. Because that's maybe true because I saw another issue about the email validation. If it's already used, that message is global also. That's mean
Yeah.
it's
I
not
think
managed by the front end.
Yeah.
I think you can also instantiate specific validators. For example, you have the validate JS-validate username. I don't know if that's a custom validator or something.
Yeah. So that like username is already taken. That has to come from the back end. It's not like it can't possibly know in the front end.
Yes.
It's not doing that.
In fact, if you search for that JS-validate username, that when it's doing the validation, it's calling something async, and I think that's calling the backend. Yeah, that's making a call to the backend.
Okay, sorry. How's this working?
If you go down below, there's the validate user input that's making some calls. If you go down a little bit more, there's a call to the backend.
Yeah. Cool.
And when is trigger?
That function is called on line 44.
Okay, each time you modify the maybe on blur or something like that. Make a code.
That's called. Yeah, it's not on every change because there's a debounce to make sure that, for example, if you type 10 characters, it's not making 10 calls. It waits a little bit and then makes one single once you're finished typing.
So does that mean, like, when you're adding your username,
Yeah.
here, it's testing, like it's running something to see if the username is available. Oh, before you even register.
Yeah.
So the validation is happening separate to the sending.
If you try to submit now, we will have another kind of.
Yeah, because the required fields are validating by the required, because I think that's the like a base validator thingy.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
User test
Yeah, because it's
the test user.
But then, so if I edit my own profile, I don't know how silly this is on the live stream. On my GitLab profile, if I add my Discord, but it's invalid, I would just get this generic
At the top.
at the top.
That's
the problem.
The problem is that that message is disconnected from the field that is throwing the error effectively.
Okay, but if we were to use the same system as the sign-up page, then when you would type the Discord, then it would do some instant validation to be like, is this
Long enough.
valid or not?
Yeah.
And then if it's not valid, it would add an error message.
Yeah, but do you you have two options, because you either do the validation on with JavaScript, and that's all front end.
Yeah.
If you want to use the same validation from the backend, then you have to expose an API to make the call.
Right. So because this is pretty straightforward, it just needs to be between 17 and 20 digits long. It can be in the front end.
Yeah, I would say that makes sense, because that way it's also very dynamic, and the user knows straight away, hey, this thing isn't long enough. I'm not even going to go down to the submit button, which is a page or two away. I'm just going to submit. I'm just going to fix it now before I even try to submit. So from a user experience point of view, it's better flow.
Yeah, but we should just be able to add this in the HTML, right? Like this import has a minimum and a maximum.
Yes.
Can we just add like min
length and max length, I guess?
Maybe the component handle it.
This is the.
No, the input should also handle those. I don't remember what the exact name is. Let me check. Yeah, it's min length without the dash. Okay. And you also have max length.
This?
Yeah.
And what's the form gonna? What's the HTML do when min length is?
It should be like.
As far as I know, that only validates if
on CSS.
And as far as I know, this
It will
only
be valid
validates
status, but
the submitting.
There's also a validity state on the DOM object that's getting updated, but I think that's kind of, you need to make changes to the CSS.
Sorry, I think someone else said something on the stream and I missed it.
Yeah, it was Niklas, but I didn't really get what he said.
Yeah, as far as I know, if you put that in the HTML, it only validates when trying to submit and blocks the submission.
Okay. So, yeah, it might be best to add a similar JavaScript validator to what we have elsewhere, right?
Yeah, I think you can basically use the same as the length validator, just tweak it a little bit to also support the max length. Oh no, it already it already has the max length, so you can just use the length validator to do that.
The same as this does here, right? So
Uh,
max
you have max length and the message for that, and you also can supply the min length and the min length message.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe we can try this.
It's worth trying.
Shall I try it now?
Yeah, do it live.
All right. What's
the worst that can go wrong?
Oh, I can't remember the what's the name of the file we're actually working on?
Show dot. There's plenty of them. There's show dot ham.
There's like profile,
There's the
profile show.
profiles.
Yeah, profile show. That's the one.
This one.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we got Discord.
Do
So
it.
on this,
Don't worry, we only have 1,000 people watching.
do we really? No.
No.
How many people do we have watching?
We can all connect.
Okay. So this F text field first name. F text field first name. Okay. So Discord.
Yeah.
So then we can have data.
Yeah.
All right. Place help. Okay.
Break that into multiple strings because that's going to be quite long.
Just like this, right?
Yeah.
So it's done.
It might complain a little bit, so make sure. Yeah, exactly.
Placeholder data. Max length message. And then we
QA
also want
selector, I think you can skip that.
I assume we're going to need a QA selector for some sort of testing, right?
But that one is specific for the end-to-end, no?
That's for end-to-end tests or feature tests at least. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
But you need a last bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, QA selector is for the end-to-end tests, and data test ID is for the unit tests.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so then we have a max length. We're going to min length. Oh, I guess we should have min first, eh? And then the way this is set.
That can be set at the top or even in the field. That's easy enough to do.
Oh, just in the field?
Yeah. So so instead of popping it right at the top, you
Yeah.
can pop it down so it's related to the Discord form.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it made sense to.
So there's already some
value.
external docs links there, so just
Oh,
pop it
yes.
in there. Those are variables that
okay.
are specific to that form group item.
Oh, right, I see. Cool.
We will improve our Ruby knowledge.
Yeah, see, now suddenly I'm active. I can do this.
It's a min length.
You see,
17, wasn't it?
Yeah, and this helps.
Yeah.
Someone actually was in the room when I did it.
20.
you want to make it min Discord length?
I sure do. I mean, it's in the context, but. Okay. Cool. Min length, max length.
Don't worry about the message. Let's just get the if we can
Let's
get
test this.
the yeah.
There.
Oh, wait, the maximum is probably popping a value in. Oh no, it says maximum is max value length. So that's yeah.
This?
Yeah. Other way around, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, and that was those should be the Discord variables.
Where?
So no, this
So this one should be, sorry.
this one, not that one.
Min.
Yeah, so that one should be min length. Yeah, and then that one should be the min Discord length.
Oh. Yeah.
Even for the
Oh, so fancy. Okay.
Still one max.
You're missing a couple of things.
What is it? Surely.
Line
Yeah.
by line.
So on line 117, that's min length at the end and not max.
Oh yeah, so that's
Yeah. Thanks.
And then you're missing the JS validate length on the classes.
Okay. This one?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
And fingers crossed it works.
All right.
A pair of socks.
Yeah.
0 words.
Gotta earn those socks. Yeah.
So like 2 ways and then all people always.
I usually teach if you see a beautiful blue fellow,
Okay. Oh.
No. Should be.
Yes.
Wait, let me check. Oh yeah, because that's no, that's on the. What happens on the registration form? Is it, let me check on mine.
Maybe there are some. The JavaScript is added somewhere to be part of the page.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is because
Oh, the validation error is like this, huh?
yeah.
No.
It's not-
Oh, that's the different one. That's the. That's not the length.
it's the username. Yeah.
We just want like the. Well, I mean, this is the, no. Let's look at the name first. Okay. Name row.
I wonder what's loading that validator. Let me
Fine.
check length validator.js.
The JavaScript
Yes, right?
is it global attached on every pages, or we define where we use it?
That's a good question.
Oh, that's loaded length validator.
Okay.
I think
Great.
you're
Yeah.
missing the call to the basically mounting the length validator because the registration form.
Yeah.
Yes, in the index.
Yeah, if you let me.
It's the same as this, right? That I've got on the page, on the screen.
Yes, exactly.
That's what it's being done. So what we want is this equivalent.
Basically, yes. We should already have one, I guess. I don't know.
You know where that would like? How would I find that?
JavaScript pages.
Profiles. Is it index.js? What is
That
it? JavaScript pages profiles.
New.
Feels right.
and there's an index.
Can try.
This is the index. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Well, you can also, if you pop a prompt message in there, you know that it's getting loaded.
Yeah, some
If you
alert.
if you do what? Sorry.
If you add an alert or something, just to see if the JS is used in the page.
Uh,
Right, anything or console log or like that. Also. Just to see if the JavaScript is
Oh, I
loaded
see.
in the HTML.
Okay. Yeah.
You know someone who we could, you know someone who could.
Okay. Sweet.
Also,
You could ask, like, who works there? Yeah. Isn't that like near your place? No. No. Okay. So then, no. But I know, I mean, you could like go for example.
Right.
Yeah.
it's complaining about the length validator. Maybe it's the order of the import.
Yeah. That's makes sense.
It's funny because this is the one I read.
Yeah.
No, it's different.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
That's looking good.
I don't know how many characters there are.
17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. That's the way I do it.
Hey.
8, 9,
Nope.
0. Yes.
Yes.
That's
working.
That's, that's amazing.
All right. So then we just need to update the error message, right?
Yeah.
For next MR,
I'm sorry.
we have to go iteratively.
Oh yeah, next.
Yeah.
next
Good luck. Good luck getting one the Discord ID with an error message of first name merged.
We'll
That's
just write we'll just write general error and then we'll update it this afternoon.
Yeah.
Get 2 hats.
Typo.
All right, cool. Oh, that's good.
We have the error message actually.
So we already have the error message, don't we?
It's in the
What's
in
this?
the ticket.
Yeah.
Um,
Or the actual error message on validation failure is in the controller for user details. So if you, or in the model for user details, if you just open up the file,
Say again.
if you just macp
Oh, sorry.
user underscore details dot.
No, it's detail without the.
But it's already
detail.
here, right?
So
This
it's
is it, isn't it?
so the actual error message comes up. So that's just the help text at the bottom.
Oh,
The
I
actual
see.
error message
Sorry.
is in user detail .rv. Yeah,
That one?
That one, right at the bottom. The validator. That's okay. So actually, no, that's the error. That's currently the error message. Is must contain only a Discord user ID.
It's probably also
It's the current.
like there's already the helper message there.
Yeah,
So this should say must contain only a Discord ID.
or maybe Discord ID too short. Yeah. Or valid Discord ID is between
But that's
X and X. Yeah.
like we already have this.
Yeah. So this is the validate. Yeah, this is merged. This is the validator that comes back. This is the one that pops
Oh,
up at the
that's
top
the one
of the
that
page.
comes back.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
this drives that message that comes at the top of the page.
But yeah, we can put something generic and.
What
ask
if we
UX review?
what if we got rid of this helper text and we just put that as the error text? Because
Yeah.
like, you should only put a Discord username there,
Yeah. So
and it doesn't like
yeah,
it's not like you're putting in a name and making it up. You're
potentially.
copying and pasting it,
Yeah. The keeping the learn more is pretty important.
Okay.
because the learn more links to the docs, which has a link into the Discord docs on how to get your user ready, because it's actually not as straightforward as one might think.
That one should stay visible all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know my Discord ID.
Yeah, it's,
So we
it's
could
more
just
17
we could
character
just
number.
take this bit. So this,
Yeah.
the helper text says your Discord user ID, learn more,
Yes.
and then the error should be between 17
Yeah,
and 8.
that sounds like a
So what we'll do is we'll take out this.
yeah. That's it.
Which means taking out these.
Take out the extra space. Yeah, take those magic numbers, and it also gets rid of the magic numbers, which is great.
So min length.
That'll be profiles.
Instead
If we
of sign up.
scope if we scope that message to profiles, but yeah, let's pop that in there.
To be honest, I would keep the messages from before, just change the first name with Discord ID, because we have both too long and too short.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep the same message as before. I mean,
Yeah,
we were
I see
good.
what you mean. Yeah, cool. So then change it to profiles,
Yeah,
Namespace up there.
and then instead of this, we'll say Discord ID.
is too short.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, and then we'll also get rid of this from here because we don't need it.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about it there.
Yeah.
Okay. So your Discord ID learn more. That makes
Yeah,
more sense.
that's great.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you remove it, just to check, because if it's disappear when it's empty.
And if it's
With there nothing.
if that's an error state, can you submit the form?
Yes, I see, because it's only based on the field.
No, it doesn't let you. It doesn't accept a form submission.
Okay,
Cool.
it's smart.
That's great.
And if it's valid, the submit is
Yeah.
oh, nice.
Wonderful.
Nice.
It's working.
Yay!
And it still works if you empty the field.
Oh, right.
No. Good point.
Ah,
Can't get rid of it. Ever. Oh no, it did. Did it? I don't know. No.
no. So you've
Okay.
got to. So you've got to. Good call, Nicholas.
Yeah.
So you've got to somehow
Good
check
idea.
if it's empty, or between those lengths.
Huh.
To remove it.
And
But that logic should be part of the
so
JS validator.
yeah, well, one of the other fields that you had open, I think, in one of the sign-up forms was actually looking to a regex. So being able to regex that would be best, because actually you don't want a word of 17 characters long. You need you need 17 digits, if that makes sense. So so now we're just validating for length.
Yeah.
I suppose if we submit now, it goes to the model, and that does the validation.
Yeah.
And that would still come back, and then we'd still have the problem with the error message separately. One of those other fields that you had in the sign-up box, I think, was actually using somewhere in JavaScript. It was using it was pointing to a regex.
How about we use that to iterate? So
Yeah.
we can get this merged, and then we can fix the bug that Nicholas already found.
Yeah.
But
And
for
we all get
digit,
two
we can
socks.
in HTML element we can force. It's not working on every browser, but we can force the digit.
Okay.
It
Cool.
could be
Yeah,
already,
if you can do that in HTML, that's
I don't know what the strategy. I think Firefox do not manage it, or maybe it's the
probably
case.
Internet Explorer doesn't support it.
Sure.
Internet-
Does it still support by GitLab? I don't know. What's
I don't
the
think so.
browser?
So the only thing we need to do actually is to allow for 0. at the moment.
Allow. Yeah. Currently, we need to increase.
To
it
be honest, to
zero.
do that, I would propose a change to the length validator to also add, I don't know, an allow empty state.
So if we just change the JS validator
Yeah.
Maybe
to
that,
allow empty,
maybe that has that already.
No, I just checked.
You checked already.
Yeah.
It means if you modify the input, then it's active, and then you should be between both. The fields start to be required. Kind
so
of.
sorry,
When you start to type in the input,
yeah,
the validator start to be active,
Uh-huh.
and then the field is the same status as required.
Right. Okay.
So can we check like if it is not required and it's blank, then return valid.
So
Yes, or maybe yeah. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
or we can add an extra parameter for the validator, min and
The required thingy is handled by the base validator, I think.
unless we pack up.
This one.
I don't know. In,
yes. But that one maybe it's used for the form, but not for the GS
not used.
validator.
Hmm.
Maybe we can just add.
So this is not in data.
Yeah, maybe
I
the
see.
data could be like allow empty or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So we need a default for this, right?
It should be undefined by default.
Sorry.
It's undefined by default.
Okay. Yeah. So then, if allow empty,
I would make the check for the main length only if allow empty is false and the length is greater than 0.
okay. So if the length, okay, so this is in less than.
Yeah.
So if the length is less than min length, so we want to say
Yeah.
like if allow empty and
0.
value dot length is not 0,
No.
right? More than 0.
More than 0 or 10. It's currently set to.
Do we have to do that? Surely.
No, you don't. Because you
Zero?
have a fixed value for the minimum of 0.
Say again?
We don't need the parse int because min length coming from the dataset is a string that we're providing from the HAML file, but we're comparing the length.
Oh, I see. Right.
So you can
I
say
can see what you mean. Yeah.
if not allow empty and value length is 0 or then it's invalid. So this message is this if block is setting it to be invalid or not.
Yeah.
It's not setting it. So you could say if allow empty. So if allow empty is false.
Yeah.
And it's 0 length. Or if just if not allow empty and leave the existing condition.
No, because if it's 1 or 2, it will not go.
So if not allow empty, so negate your allow empty. So if it's not allowed to be empty, and then get rid of the this value length. So if it's not allowed to be empty and the length is less than the minimum length, then you want to.
But then we also have the problem that we allow length between 1 and 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about either?
But length
It's
has to
allowed.
be true.
So how about like it's allowed to be if it's allowed to be empty and the value is 0, is not 0. So if it's allowed to be empty and the value is 0, okay, it's valid. And some other like
Right now, we're like at this.
no.
Maybe
Like-
we have to eat.
So we want to say like it's valid if you're allowed to be empty and the value is 0, then it's valid. Right?
Yeah, but this is
Well, this is what we're
This-
saying. It's
this-
invalid.
this error, or this conditional block says if it's invalid. So
Oh.
you need to turn that on its head.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I said if it's not allowed to be empty and the length is less than is less than the minimum, then it's invalid.
If it's not allowed to be empty.
So if it's
And-
allowed to be empty and the length is less than the minimum,
Yeah.
and not
Yes.
if it's allowed to be empty and the length is
Bigger than 1.
bigger than 1 and
It's
less
not
than the minimum,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But okay. So what you want to see, what you want to say here is, so if it's allowed empty and the length is
0.
I've put a suggestion into the pairing Discord channel, so you can take a look if I made some mistake or not, or if that fits.
So not allowed empty and value length. Or hang on.
We need sugar.
Okay, so if it's allowed to be empty and the value length is 0, that's fine. Okay, so if it's not the case, or yeah, I think that works.
that looks
That's great. Okay. So then, what I want to say is,
so you shouldn't need to do anything here anymore.
we need to add.
Oh,
like,
we need to add allow empty.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, that's maybe one thing that you have to convert from string to a boolean.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know if we're like getting carried by something.
So in the length validator, this one.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Is there a pass boolean? Pass bool?
By default, if it will convert it in Boolean. JavaScript do it automatically.
Okay.
It would, but
The simplest form of converting something to a boolean would be by prefixing it with
Sorry,
two
Nicholas, can you
exclamation
start again?
marks.
Sorry, say again.
The simplest, but probably also most obscure way of passing something into a boolean would be to prefix it with two exclamation marks.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to suggest you how to change it.
It's also camel cased here. You underscored it on the other one, which is so okay. So there's a
Okay, cool.
so it says
Is the linter
explicit coercion is bad, Nicholas.
is forbidden by the
Yeah.
linter.
Let's just jump.
That's
to,
why I said also the probably most obscure way of doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Let's jump to the show quickly. And you did allow underscore. Oh wait, how did
No,
how
but
did-
it's converted.
Oh,
Ruby is underscore in HTML is a camel
wow.
case.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. When you search in the project some
Yes.
variable, you need to
That
change it.
explains a lot. Thank you.
What have we done wrong? Oh, come on.
Needs a comma.
Okay. Oops.
And I guess we don't actually know if this variable.
Oh,
almost.
I guess the validation doesn't work.
Is it unit tested?
oh, it's totally broken now.
It's now completely broken.
I'm trying to paste my. I wrote the check to make sure it's valid, and the negated form, which should be what we want. Should be. I'm not totally sure.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yes.
Try to have a look at the message I sent over on Discord. I tried to write the check to make sure that should be valid, and then the negated form. But we could always do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a triple equals in this one now. So if you check, so yeah, just change our check.
Oh, it's not 0.
Yeah, but it's or. Yeah. It's not empty. Yeah, if you go back to everything is in.
Let's go back to Discord.
So there's too
Yeah,
many
this
double
code is
negatives.
Too many drivers.
Too many double negatives.
yeah, that's the, yeah. You see, it's or and not and. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, oh. So
So
if a,
there's the or.
If
there's
it's
the and.
if it's empty,
So that's an or, and then that one's an and.
so then we're saying
This
if
one
it's
should be
not, this is saying if it's not
allowed to be
allowed
empty.
to be empty, or the value is not 0.
Yes. And
So
the
if
value
it is
yes.
allowed to be 0, as long as it's not 0.
Yeah. So if it's not allowed to be empty, and the value is more than 0, or the value is more than 0. So if the value is more than 0, we don't care whether it's allowed to be empty or not.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's not allowed to be empty,
Mhm.
and the value is more, or the value is more than 0, and the value is less than the minimum length, then this is a problem.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then this one here needs to say, like Marco's got it in the Discord. If this one's allowed to be empty,
Yeah. As
and
long as
They
the
put- it
value
cannot
length
be
is
bigger.
not 0.
it cannot be bigger. In fact, this
Then
one
it's
just
fine.
cannot be bigger. So in fact, this one doesn't even need a condition around allow empty. It's just that one that needs the allow empty. So let's try drive that, or let's see if that one runs.
but we definitely need
It's
to.
always such a mess when we have to write the negated form or something.
Yeah.
All of the Ruby behind all of this has tests.
Ah, the front end.
Oh,
is
cool.
well tested.
Front-end tests.
Oh, not cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we might need to move an exclamation mark to another position. I think we need to move the first one one parenthesis in, so directly before the boolean, not before the.
Why don't we write simply
yeah.
the
Like this?
check?
Ah, true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And now we can save the boolean cast because with the one
not-
exclamation
if
mark
it's boolean or not.
automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, well done. That's great. Cool. And then we'll just test it the other way, right? Just say like allow empty false, or just remove allow empty.
Yeah, because we want to also make sure that things without allow empty work.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Perfect.
And just to be completely sure, try to use allow empty false.
Good call.
Yeah, it's floss. It was not false.
Who doesn't love flays?
Isn't that valid syntax?
I don't think anything is checking for valid syntax here. Right? No.
No, not in here, but it's complaining later on.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Maybe Ruby cup will complain.
Oh yeah, it's not working, is it?
Yeah, I think the problem is the exclamation mark inside the boolean. Remove that.
But we want this to be.
No, that's different.
Maybe you can make it simple. If we allow empty,
Why don't we
left
just
can be
hide the positive version and negate the old condition?
Okay. So how about like we say like, wait, if the value, sorry, I'm just going to try again. If the value length is more than 1,
more than 0.
more than 0, then
Probably this bag is like
You have the check for the valid input is the first if that I sent,
yeah,
that one. And if you negate the whole condition, you should be able to check when it's not valid. Yeah, open up a new parenthesis.
like that.
Let's hope that works.
It will not pass the code review.
I will challenge them to write the right one.
Yeah, so the trick with that is you want to make sure it's not allowed empty.
Yeah, but we
Okay.
can't.
But you don't want to negate the value length thing.
So if we say like, so if the value length is 0,
And does
oh sorry,
that one not?
sorry, we just needed.
Sorry. Yeah,
Really allergic.
Oh, there's not enough, I think, but yeah,
Sorry, but you
yeah,
touched my
sorry.
keyboard. I can't use my keyboard. Sorry, I should have said.
Let me check. There's not.
Stop
Sorry.
eating.
The stream.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to keep eating cookies.
I don't think there's enough, but yeah, it's like sorry.
That's all right. I should have said it's my fault.
I shouldn't have driven.
So what I was trying to say is like, so if the length is 0, it's all right as long as
It's valid. Yeah.
allowed empty is okay.
Yeah.
So if the length is 0 and allow empty is not true. That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's not, it's fine then. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's all, but that chance is small enough. It's okay. Oh, good. No worries. I need a sticker for my computer. I just haven't worked in person with people before so long. I just haven't worked in person with people for so long.
Raymond, I see you.
So what about like, so if the value length is less than the minimum length, that's a problem. Unless
It's equal to 0 and allowed to be false.
Yeah.
To be empty.
I know what we could do. We could write the true check to make sure the input is valid and ask ChatGPT to simplify it.
True.
ask who to simplify?
GPT. ChatGPT
Oh,
or Copilot. The machine to sing. Now we can achieve it, but that part of code is not tested. It's easier to write 2 unit tests and just
Yeah, it's create a test.
Maybe
then
we have
make
a
the
test
test
for the
pass.
line validator. Maybe there are some spec already existing. We can just add two tests and see.
We'll do this. So now we've got like, is it length less than the maximum length? Now what I want to say is like, if the length is 0
So why don't we just
and you're allowed to be empty, then skip the next.
let's just put a condition in on line 40, up on line 40, and let's just say, yeah. Or can you do like a
So if boolean allow empty and value.length is 0, then we're valid.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then return.
Yeah.
But it's not returning.
That's just.
I just want to skip this one.
Yeah. So maybe can you do like a next in JavaScript?
Can't we just make it an else statement of that first if?
I'm sorry?
Can we just keep the if body empty?
Yeah, I know, right? That'll work. That works.
Yeah.
It's a little messy.
Maybe
Yeah, well, that can become an else if.
right, because they are nothing in the Or you can put the if at the end and override the value of invalid. Put it to false. But it will work, but
All right, so they're saying, let's see if they're pushing the button together. I don't know. My confidence is shaky. You know what would have saved us 2 hours if they posted what the line.
I've written that condition a few times in other projects. I know. I should have one here.
All right, so they're saying.
And not that. Yeah, that's kind of
It's a wonder, right?
yeah.
If it's less than 10 and it's not this,
Yes.
then it's invalid.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Well, the last person's touch is validated with Dimitri. That seems to be working.
Okay, so now what we want to know is if we say allow empty, false, fuck, it's already false.
It's false, in fact. Okay. But can you double check that the false because it's a string? Maybe it's
coming
considered
through
as
as
true.
yeah. All right.
See if anyone on the way in.
So boolean allow empty is true. So that's the problem. It's just misunderstanding this.
We should have an example.
So
Somewhere.
that you can just about make out. The go.gitlab.com/get.
Yeah.
I will use false in YAML file.
Yeah, it is because of the 2 slashes. Because I did the 2 slashes earlier.
And then
So that's another MR that we can raise.
Instead of parsing it into a boolean, we could also just check if it equals the string true.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like that.
Yep.
Okay, so currently allow empty is false. So then 0, cool. So then what we want to say is true. And now we want this nothing to be valid. Great, that works.
And there's one number invalid.
Yep.
One is invalid.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might not pass review, but we can see.
It's working. Let's.
You can convert that using Boolean.
Say again?
Doesn't it work if you use the Boolean conversion?
It doesn't seem to.
Oh.
So if we do like Boolean,
Oh,
false.
wait.
No, because Boolean is not.
That's why.
A conversion is just casting.
It's just saying, is it a Boolean? It's not actually casting the variable.
Oh, okay.
And a string with a value, in this case false, is a true C value. So it makes it true.
Oh.
Maybe
Well,
they are-
where I think that, oh no, even using the double negation won't work.
No, because it's the same effect. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because one is just the opposite. That means it will turn to Boolean, and the double one is to opposite the opposite. It's just used for casting, the same as Boolean.
Even though Linter was mainly moaning, just in front of the allow empty, just put a double exclamation.
So the problem is like it's a string. So like a string is a non-empty string is always true.
The data set is from the HTML. We get the string.
So like if we do like it's the same as this.
Right, gotcha.
Because it's a string with value
Yeah.
and it's all the time true.
I mean, I think like at least if someone says, "Hey, that's not right" in the code review, they're gonna say, "This is how we do it," right?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe somewhere in the documentation there are some convention how to convert a string to a Boolean.
So this works. So then,
Commit, push, and get the subs.
hey. So shall I push it?
Yeah, you can.
Do you want to
Yeah, and you should also live create the MR.
live create the amount? Okay, but I'm on like I'm not on the community version, so
Yeah.
does it matter?
No.
Okay.
I think it's okay. I don't know.
It would be as simple as adding it
So
as
if we-
a second
if we
remote
add-
and pushing to
well-
that if you have access.
Sorry,
And we
Nicholas?
can certainly give you. It should be just adding a new remote or an additional remote and pushing to that. And if you don't have access, we have enough people here to give you access.
Yeah. I'm saying, like because I'm a team member, I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's not.
Or
it's
you
not the community.
push to the canonical repository and need to finish it alone.
I'm sorry.
Or you push it to the correct repository, but then need to finish it alone without us.
Yeah. No, I don't want.
Well, Raymond can help with that.
Yeah, so you should actually have access to community contributors to the GitLab community remote, because I think all team members currently do. So
No, not all team members, but we
I'm
can
gonna have to.
just add a new Git remote.
Nope.
So just Git remote
Sorry.
add.
Can you walk me through?
Yeah.
So I'm making a new branch now.
Yeah. So before you make the new branch,
Yeah.
You have to request access.
I think you may have access but yeah, just if you go to
can check in GitLab.
the project, let's just check that you've got access to the project before we create it. So
GitLab
go to
community.
gitlab.com/GitLab community.
I've just given you access because
Okay, you got access, but let's get the remote. So GitLab-community. -community/GitLab.
You know where we are if you need
And I
us.
just go here.
And then it's just the GitLab project.
Oh, I see.
That's that one.
GitLab community.
form. That's the one.
Okay.
So just grab the remote HTTPS.
This is Marco's boss. We're going to start chasing him in a minute.
No, it's fine. We're just about to submit the MR.
Awesome.
And then
Okay, so now back to your command line. Just git remote add.
Oh, I didn't notice the time I have to go in a.
dash add.
Space add.
Space add.
So amazing, Marco. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
No worries. Send me one cookie because you've kept eating cookies all the time.
Yeah, we'll have to make a plan. To send
I
to
promise
send
I'll join tomorrow, Marco.
Like this?
Sorry?
Yeah, so git space remote space add. You need to give the remote a name. So let's just call it community or something. So it's not origin. Yep. Enter. So git remote space dash v should show that you now have two
Git
remotes.
remote / v.
Dash v. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now just create a branch and push the branch like you would normally, but instead of pushing it to origin, you're pushing it to community.
Okay, so I'm going to stash the changes and make a new branch.
Don't need to stash.
You sure? Okay.
Git checkout. Space dash v.
I've added a new issue to our curated list.
Where's the issue that we're working on?
Cool.
It's something Timo just mentioned that never occurs to me. Like every time we work on an MR, and we should add it to the review checklist, we should always think about the API.
Okay.
Is that
Okay,
fire
because
risk?
I created the branch with the issue with the
Yes,
issue
that's-
ID
yeah,
first, then
I
it
prefer
automatically
working on
attaches
that,
it.
yes.
Yeah, if
So-
you put the number, yeah.
Is that specific or
So now I'm gonna add them
graph and rest?
and say
Two separate issues.
add
Capital, yeah.
front end validation for Discord ID. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
change
you
Just,
the change log,
so we've really got.
Sorry?
the change log entry.
Oh yeah. I only did this for the first time last week. Can you change log? Add?
It's capital change, no?
Capital change and
Space after the double.
it's
No, one word.
space after the colon.
Yeah.
Is it added?
Added.
or
It's added.
Change, no?
Added. Yeah.
added? Okay, and you can also add
Someone help me
some
with
trailers of code
what it
also
should be.
by if you really want to.
Okay.
Um,
How do I do that?
I'll pop a message on Discord quickly with the code.
Now, so it got through here once.
Like this, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Who wants to be on here? Everybody? How many people we got?
So yeah, if you
Like-
add multiple lines of that code
Is it like this?
by using
I'll try it.
email,
Yeah, that's
say,
same.
Laurent, Marco, and Nicholas can all get
You.
How do I?
It should be name or it should be the account.
It should be username and then email.
Username is Aliokan. Yeah, it's
Um,
Ali
Sorry.
underscore E.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's actually doesn't actually matter because, as far as I know, GitLab matches the user based on the email and not on the username.
On the real name. Oh, based on the
Oh.
okay. That's
Yeah, so that's
Can you send it in Discord maybe?
but maybe we can edit the yeah.
Maybe anyone that wants to be added, can you send your username, email, and Discord?
It will be easier.
Sorry, so changelog added. I add the changelog message here.
so you don't even need to add.
I don't need
you don't need to add specific details. It'll just use the top line as the change log.
Right. So Marco, oh yeah, everybody's doing this talk. Yeah, anyone who wants to add.
to get a socks.
Yeah, anyone who wants socks is watching the stream.
Oh, I forgot the. Yeah.
There's a lot of problems. Like, for starters, the bug report didn't have the YAML config, so we wasted 2 hours of reverse engineering conditions.
Okay.
That
Great.
that too.
Everybody? Do you
Yep.
want-
You can review
add me.
after.
I have to kill the stream right now because I am pretty late.
No worries.
Cool. Thanks. Thanks
Well,
for you.
We'll
That
see.
probably means that I'm also going if Marco kills it.
Yeah,
So
I think
I'm
yeah.
also saying bye for now.
the call's gonna drop. So thank you very much, Marco and
Yeah.
Nicholas, for
See
joining
you,
us.
see you tomorrow. And stop eating cookies.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm pushing, and then how
So
do I
now
push?